Welcome back to our channel, fellow GH addicts. Today is Tuesday, and honestly, it is a beautiful day to just sit back, grab a massive cup of coffee, and completely lose our minds over what just went down in Port Charles. We have so much to unpack, so let's dive right into the madness together. We all knew she was going to go to Windermere. We all knew she was going to ignore Valentine's warnings, because, let's be real, when has Carly ever listened to a man telling her to wait? But I did not expect her to go full-on attempted murder mode on the director of the WSB. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Let's rewind for a second, because we need to talk about the absolute sheer panic of this episode. Carly knows Jocelyn is trapped on Spoon Island. She knows that Ross Cullum is a dangerous, lethal, unhinged double agent who is currently forcing Liesl Obrecht to finish Brit's cold fusion project, and he has Jocelyn locked up in a cell. So naturally, Carly is going to mama bear her way over there. But going in completely blind? Without Valentine? Without Lucas? I know she told Lucas she was going to rescue her, and they teamed up. But her actually sneaking into Windermere's study all by herself is peak classic Carly. I've been watching this show since 2015, and this is giving me major flashbacks to every time she has rushed in without a plan and made things 10 times worse. So there she is. Carly is creeping around Windermere, and the atmosphere was just dripping with tension. The directing in this scene was actually incredible, kind of giving me horror movie vibes. She's looking for any sign of Jocelyn. We all know Jocelyn dropped her ring on the floor as a clue, and I was literally screaming at the TV, "Look down, Carly! Look at the floor!" But of course, she's frantically rifling through the desk drawers, looking for ledgers, looking for keys, looking for anything that proves Cullum is holding her daughter. Because she is desperate. You can see the sheer desperation in Laura Wright's eyes. She is playing this beautifully. Carly is a mother who has already lost a child in the past when Morgan died, and she is not losing Jocelyn to some dirty WSB agent. And then the door opens. My heart literally dropped into my stomach. Ross Cullum walks in, and he doesn't just walk in, he slithers in like the absolute snake he is. He catches her red-handed. The dialogue here was so intense. Cullum is so smug, so arrogant. He thinks he holds all the cards. He starts taunting her, probably threatening to put her in the exact same cell as Jocelyn and Liesl. And you can see Carly's brain just short-circuiting. She realizes she is totally trapped. There is no way out. Cullum is armed, he's dangerous, and he's about to end her entire rescue mission before it even starts. But this is Carly Spencer we are talking about. She is not going to just surrender. I mean, am I the only one who saw her eyes darting around the room? She was looking for a weapon the second he started talking. And then she sees it, that heavy, massive bronze statue sitting on the desk. It happened so fast. She just grabbed it and swung. Wham! Right across his head. I literally jumped off my couch. I know some people are loving this, but personally, I was terrified because hitting a high-ranking federal agent, even a dirty one, with a deadly weapon is a massive federal crime. She didn't just tap him, she clocked him with everything she had. Ross goes down hard. Like a total sack of potatoes. He crumbles to the floor, completely unconscious. And the silence in that room afterward was deafening. You could hear Carly gasping for air, clutching this bloody bronze statue, staring at his lifeless body. For a split second, I genuinely thought she killed him. I was like, oh my god, they are turning Carly into a murderer. Because remember when they tried this kind of storyline with other characters? Yeah, didn't work then either. But no, he's just out cold. Still breathing, but barely. And now Carly is standing there, realizing she just assaulted the head of the WSB. This is where the psychology of the scene gets so good. Because you can see the exact moment Carly transitions from a desperate mother trying to save her daughter into a criminal trying to cover up a felony. She drops the statue. She starts pacing. She's hyperventilating. Because if she runs away now, Ross wakes up, sounds the alarm, and Jocelyn is as good as dead. Plus, Cullum will hunt Carly down for the rest of her life. She can't just leave him there. She has to hide him. But where do you hide a giant, unconscious WSB director in a castle that is currently occupied by Cassius Faison and a bunch of goons? The wine cellar? Of course, it's the Windermere wine cellar. Because where else does anything dramatic happen in the Cassadine Castle? The amount of bodies, secrets, and kidnapped victims that have been stashed in that wine cellar over the years is honestly hilarious at this point. So Carly makes the split-second decision. She grabs Ross by the arms and starts dragging him. And let me tell you, watching Carly drag this heavy, unconscious man across the floor was both incredibly tense and slightly comical. She is struggling. She is sweating. And the clock is ticking. Because Cassius Faison is roaming around. We know Cassius is currently spiraling. His Nathan West act has completely crumbled. He's just revealed his true identity to Liesel Obrecht, and Cullum has been pressuring him to literally murder Jocelyn. Cassius is a loose cannon right now. If Cassius walks into that study and sees Carly dragging Cullum's unconscious body, it is game over. The suspense of her dragging him down the hallway, praying that Cassius doesn't turn the corner, was masterclass soap opera tension. I was biting my nails down to the quick. Let's really analyze this dragging sequence because I have opinions. Carly is practically throwing out her back trying to move this guy. And she's leaving a trail. I kept screaming, "Wipe the blood off the floor, Carly," because you know someone is going to find that spot on the rug where he fell. But she's just focused on getting him down those stone stairs. She finally gets him into the dark, damp wine cellar and just shoves him behind a bunch of dusty old Cassadine vintage wine racks. It is so chaotic. It is so messy, which is perfectly in character for Carly. She never thinks 3 steps ahead. She only thinks about the immediate survival of her and her kids. But we have to talk about what this means for her character, because Carly is now officially crossing the line from savior to criminal. I mean, yes, Cullum is evil. Yes, he is holding Jocelyn hostage. But Carly just committed aggravated assault and kidnapping of a federal agent. If Z finds out about this, and we know Valentine is in Geneva right now, spilling his guts to Z to expose Cullum, how is Z going to react to Carly taking matters into her own hands and bludgeoning his rogue director? Is Carly going to end up in Steinmauer right next to Valentine? I am so stressed out just thinking about the legal ramifications of this. Wait, maybe I'm being too hard on her. I mean, what else was she supposed to do? Let Cullum take her out? Let him kill Jocelyn? No. She did what any mother would do. I am fully defending her actions. Any mother would swing that statue. But at the same time, she's making everything so much more complicated. Because now, she's stuck in Windermere. She can't just leave. She has a hostage of her own in the wine cellar. She still hasn't found Jocelyn's cell, and Cassius is bound to notice that his boss is missing. So she didn't actually solve the problem. She just created a massive, ticking time bomb in the basement of the castle. So she locks the wine cellar door. She leans against it, panting, and you can just see the reality crashing down on her. The adrenaline is fading, and the sheer terror is setting in. What happens when Ross wakes up? Because he is going to wake up, and he is going to be furious. A man like Ross Cullum does not just take a hit to the head and let it go. He is vengeful. He is lethal. When he regains consciousness down there in the dark, he is going to tear that door down, and he is going to come for Carly with everything he has. And Carly doesn't even have a gun. She just has her wits and a lot of luck. And how does this tie into everyone else? Lucas is supposed to be helping her. Where is Lucas? Did they get separated? Is Lucas currently getting held at gunpoint by Jen Sidwell again? Because we know Sidwell is unhinged and blaming Lucas for Marco Rios' murder. If Lucas is tied up with Sidwell, and Carly is trapped in Windermere, with a concussed Cullum and a frantic Cassius, this entire rescue mission is an absolute disaster. And let's not forget Sunny. Sunny is busy battling Sidwell and forcing Ava into meetings. Does Sunny even know Carly is at Windermere? If Sunny finds out Carly is trapped on Spoon Island, he is going to unleash hell. And where is Michael during all this? Probably off on a date with Jacinda, completely oblivious to the fact that his mother is currently playing a lethal game of Clue in a castle. I mean, Michael is so wrapped up in his own schemes, trying to push his ex-wife Willow, who, by the way, is legally married to Drew now, which is a whole other mess, into an affair with Chase. It's like, Michael, your sister is kidnapped, and your mom is out here committing felonies. Maybe take a break from the Jacinda romance and the Willow Chase drama to help your family? It just blows my mind how disconnected the Corinthos family is right now, when Carly is literally fighting for her life in a dusty cellar. Meanwhile, poor Jocelyn is sitting in her cell, probably wondering if anyone is ever coming for her. She is arguing with Cassius, trying to survive, totally unaware that her mother is currently playing hide-and-seek with a bloody statue upstairs. I kinda want to see Jocelyn break herself out. She is a WSB agent now, right? She should have the skills to pick a lock or take down a guard. Imagine if Jocelyn escapes her cell, sneaks into the wine cellar to hide, and stumbles across an unconscious Ross Cullum. The dramatic irony would be off the charts. I am honestly praying for a mother-daughter tag team where they both just absolutely destroy the WSB agents and walk out of Windermere like total bosses. Let's circle back to Cassius for a second, because Cassius is the real wild card here. He was just ordered by Cullum to kill Jocelyn. He doesn't want to do it. He wants to disappear and say goodbye to little James West. If Cassius realizes Cullum is missing, will he take the opportunity to run? Or will he panic and lock down the castle? If Cassius finds Carly, I don't know what he'll do. He might actually help her, just to get back at Cullum for kidnapping his mother, Liesel. Or he might turn Carly over to save his own skin. The dynamic between Carly and Cassius right now could be the most fascinating part of next week's episodes. I am begging the writers to give us a scene where Carly has to negotiate with Cassius while Cullum is bleeding out in the basement. And we have to talk about Valentine. Valentine literally warned Carly not to do this. He had that tearful goodbye with her in her kitchen. He told her to be careful. He sacrificed his freedom to go to Geneva and beg Z for help. And what does Carly do the second he leaves? She runs straight into the lion's den and bashes the lion's head in. When Valentine finds out about this, he is going to lose his mind. He is trying to play this by the book, well, the WSB book. Anyway, and Carly's out here playing Grand Theft Auto and Windermere. Their relationship is already so complicated, but this might actually break them or bond them forever. I mean, there is nothing that says true love on General Hospital quite like helping your girlfriend cover up the assault of a federal agent, right? So, what is going to happen next? I am predicting that Ross wakes up right as Carly finally locates Jocelyn's cell. It's going to be a massive showdown. Ross is going to have a bloody bandage wrapped around his head, looking like a total psycho, and he is going to corner Carly and Jocelyn. I am terrified, but I am also SO here for it. This is the kind of high-stakes, soapy drama that I live for. It's messy, it's illogical, it's totally unhinged, and I cannot look away. The pacing of this summer storyline has been absolutely relentless, and I am eating up every single second of it. I know some fans are probably rolling their eyes and saying, "Oh, typical Carly, always making things worse." And yeah, you're right. She did make it worse. But you cannot deny that she is fiercely protective. She is a flawed, impulsive, emotional wreck of a character, and that is exactly why we love to watch her. She doesn't wait for the men to save the day. She grabs a statue and handles it herself. Even if handling it means committing a major felony and trapping herself in a castle with a madman, you have to respect the hustle, even if the execution is an absolute disaster. I seriously need Thursday's episode right now. I cannot wait a whole day to see the fallout of this. Is Ross going to wake up? Is Cassius going to find the blood on the rug? Is Jocelyn going to realize her mom is in the building? My brain is spinning with theories. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I am losing my mind over here. Until next time, I'm going to go try to calm down and maybe drink some chamomile tea. But who am I kidding? I'll be rewatching that statue swing on a loop.